Okay, so this review kind of scares me. It really does. Because I did not want... I purposely... I did not purchase the Silverhawks. They came out because they weren't Vacmetal, right? I was one of those guys, but I was not one of those vocal guys that was like harassing employees. I just said, it's not Vacmetal. I'll wait till they do Vacmetal. I then said, erroneously online, hey, if they ever do Vacmetal, I'm totally picking that up. Well, they did Vacmetal. I did not plan on purchasing these. Thank you to Josh Brown Toys for picking them up. He sniped them. Whenever someone returned their copy on Big Bad Toy Store, he was there grabbing it. So I appreciate that. Having watched Shartimus and Pixel Dan's review, I really don't want to take this out of the package. But I also feel like I don't want to have an in-package version of this. I want this out of package. So I got to figure out what the hell I'm going to do here. So we're going to take it out, but we're going to be very careful, specifically here, because for whatever reason, they decided to Vacmetal, then paint, which it doesn't work. Backstory here. I had a guy who used to do Vacmetal for me back when I made Transformers. Every once in a while, I'd want a piece of Vacmetal, right? So he did a, I can't remember what his name was. One of the Transformers figures from, I think, Sideswipe, I think it was. Because the figure that they came out with was terrible. It was like gray. It looked awful. Not liking that. It just wasn't a good representation of the figure, of the character. So I decided I'm going to have this Vacmetal. Well, he sends me a thing and says, all right, these are the qualifications. So I had to tape specifically green or blue painter's tape. I had to tape over the parts that I did not want touched. Did not want Vacmetal, because when you Vacmetal, it kind of just covers everything, and then what you do afterwards is you peel the tape off. And you're not supposed to. You're supposed to do something. But anyway, he paints it white and then paints this on top of it. So no outer cover for this. I feel like this one might have been one that should have came with an outer cover, because it was like $65. I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to get this because A, I'm unemployed, B, I don't want to mess with that, but it was kind of sniped for me, so I did purchase it. Spoilers for next video of this variety, I did get the steel part as well. I think it's so many names in these systems. I'm like freaking terrified of this, by the way. Let's try this. Like, you should not be terrified to open up an action figure. There. But I am. I am, like, everything I do is like pins and needles with this. Because I watched their videos and I watched that stuff flake off. And this is the problem. It's not the Vacmetal that flakes off. It's the skin portion of it. There. So this looks fine. Taking pictures of Vacmetal is real hard, by the way. I didn't know if you knew that. So I get that this was toy specific, so they only gave us the one Tallyhawk. But I feel like this should have also been Vacmetal, because it doesn't come with the wings that fold down, so you can have them sit up there. I feel like that should have been Vacmetal, whether the original toy was or not. Like, but then, of course, then you'd have people who are complaining that it's not like the original toy. All right, so thus far we're good. And this is, I think, where people were going wrong, is that they were touching the wrong parts. They weren't avoiding they're trying to avoid the Vacmetal, where I think the Vacmetal is actually the safest part of it. One of the coolest things that I found on this, of course, there's tape on everything in here. Super 7, you gotta cool it with the tape, man. They tape everything, and it's like makes it super hard to get it out easy. I get that they don't want it falling, but put a zip tie in there or something. I don't know. Because this is like a little bag that has like self-adhesive there, but there's a piece of tape on top of it. So they do give you this to clean up the, it's a Super 7 branded wipe. All right, let's pop this out. I feel like these are also safe. The hands are probably one solid piece of color and not something painted over it. They really should have two-parted that. Instead of having paint, they should have just had it where that face swaps out. But I digress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him exactly how I want him and then probably never change him ever again. So, the only thing holding him in is a single zip tie, or what do you call it? The terror of this. I'm like sweating right now because this is not how this is supposed to be. There we go. Pop him out. Start with his legs first. Okay, got that arm out. Oh, and this one's on it. Why? Okay. That's out. Okay. We're good. Maybe I'm never putting that back in there. I might drive this to a new house if I had to. So yeah, the Vacmetal seems pretty good. I get that you know there's going to be some chafing here and there. I don't want to heat this up either because I feel like Vacmetal acts weird to heat. So we do get the basic pull there. And there is going to be flaking on this. Like that's not an if, it's a when. Because like places like this and this, there's just going to be stuff that flakes, and that's perfectly fine. It is not, Vacmetal is not really something that you're supposed to use on movable action figures. Feet are oh no. My foot's not all the way in. I'm not even touching this arm. That came out real easy, so I like that. That's good. Let's actually try to pop this off and not touch that front face, even though that's the easiest way to do it. You know, I'm going to do this up here. Oh, okay. I've actually thought about, I don't know if I could even do that. This so far so good. I don't like how delicate you have to be with this, but if you look here, my foot isn't even all the way in there. So that means I 100% have to do some stuff here, which is not what I wanted to do today. That bends. Just do the basic. These are beautiful looking toys, but man, terrifying. The waist does move. Doesn't look like we have a diaphragm joint here. It's just a left and a right, and that rubs right there. So we're definitely not going to mess with that too much. Yeah. Slightly terrifying. That's the way I'll put it. So let's put this hand in here. That went in very nice. So they figured that out pretty good. I feel like the Vacmetal is probably the strongest thing on this entire figure. Feels like it's going to work, and it's not going to give us too much of a problem. It's where they painted that on. And you know what? I have the ability to paint. So I don't know why I'm being so freaking out about it, but trying to figure out the colors skin colors are the hardest to match. And then, of course, we'll get his head. Here. Now, here's one of the big problems. I want to have this guy flying. Well, I guess that's pretty good. Pretty good forward pose. So I just got to work on that foot. It's not going to fall out, but it's also not properly in there. So, each hand comes with a fist, and then a grabber version. And then he does have one holding hand. Oh no, it was just hidden. There's the Vacmetal holding hand, which you can hold something in. Don't really need most of those, so that's good. Tallyhawk here. Supposed to go on that arm, but I think we're going to put him here if we're going to put him anywhere. He's probably just going to fly around, to be honest with you. I'm going to look and see if I can find one of the regular versions real cheap so that I could try to Vacmetal this myself. I feel like I get that they were going for toy accuracy, and this is the thing. Maybe they didn't need Vacmetal. Maybe we didn't need that. But the original one that they came out with was gray. It was not silver. They're not the Gray Hawks. They're the Silverhawks. They should be silver. They don't have to be Vacmetal, but they damn well better be silver. So I'm happy so far. And I feel like the only reason that I'm happy is because I've seen other people mess theirs up. And mind you, I have giant mammoth man hands. But yeah, painting it out like that, not the brightest move that they could do. Looks like I do have a little bit of weird stuff up there. So I'm probably going to have to paint it anyway. So I don't feel like dealing with... If I open this up and immediately it started turning weird, I would 100% call Super 7 and be like, bro, why did you do that? They should realistically just have a reprint of this and send out extra heads that aren't painted like that, because you're supposed to trying to think of the word for it, mask those off before you paint them. But all in all, the Vacmetal is gorgeous and it works perfect. So, like, I feel like it's a double-edged sword here, where you do have a figure like this, where the Vacmetal's perfect, but then the regular paint is going to just fall off because paint doesn't stick to Vacmetal like that. It just doesn't. It's a beautiful figure. I can't wait to get the other one open, because I think I actually like hers a little better. But I gotta fix this this leg. I'm going to have to heat it up. I did not want to heat it up. For now, we're just going to leave you over here. And then I'm going to put these, I have to find like fabric to put these in. And I'll put this head probably back. Nope, because then I got to use, don't like that. Because then I got to use my thumb to push his face in. So, might have to think of another way to store these. I'm just literally terrified that I'm going to destroy the hand or the head here with this. Those are both in. I mean, the hands go back in pretty darn easy, so that's nice. The terror of the Silverhawks. As a display piece, gorgeous. As an active toy, terrifying. Yeah, see, I'd have to push his head in from the front. We're going to try to do this. We're going to try to do it. And I don't want to be like a shill and sound like a shill and be like, oh, everything they do is great. This isn't great. It's great that they got the Vacmetal through, but I should never feel this terrified to move an action figure. Put this over here. Oh, that's even worse than I thought. So the foot's fine. But it looks like this end got smashed. And it isn't even holding it in there. I might have been able to just pull that right out. So, which is weird because I thought the foot would have been the problem. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try to smash this back into place, into where it should be. But I got to find a tool first, so give me 1 second. Deedly, 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 deed, deed. Looking for one of my I might have to save that for another video because I don't know where that went. I was looking for one of my needle nose pliers that I usually have, but it looks like it's disappeared on me. So I guess we'll figure that out later. I'll keep you informed on the Silverhawks I think I'll probably try to do that before I mess with Steel Will, because I don't want her to have similar issues. Aside from that, I got a Silverhawk. Yay.